All right, Oval fans, gotta say, yeah, you all were right. I think it was during the live stream I did last night for Sisters when y'all were like, look, Jeremy, the Oval was really good, better than, these other shows this week. And I agree. 7 out of 10, episode 9 of season 4, entitled Out of Line. The first 7 minutes were pretty solid. We pretty much picked up where we left off. We got Alan climbing out of the car and Kyle is begging for help, saying, look, my leg is trapped. I think at one point he was grabbing Alan by the leg or ankle, trying to, keep him down there with him. But, Alan got out of that. And he's like, look, hey, Alan, I smell gas. The car's about to explode. You got to help me out of here. Man, I ain't helping you. You were about to kill me. I need to get out of here. And he's like, Alan. Then he just leaves. And to be honest, Alan, he was kind of taking it. Well, then again, he was a bit banged up, so I wasn't expecting him to, run away like a track star. But the fact that the car was set to explode, you think there would have been a bit more pep in his step to avoid being caught in the explosion. But Kyle must have been either faking it or he managed to get his leg out on his own. But he was able to quickly crawl out. And then when Alan, had his back turned because he was walking away so slowly, Kyle just rushed him to tackle him to the ground, which from there was perfect timing because the car exploded right after that. And then when Alan's on the ground, Kyle's like, man, so what? You going to kill me? Then kill me. I'm not going to kill you, Alan. Yeah, you're going to kill me? Kill me then. And then Kyle takes out his gun and then Alan's like, no. And then he fires 2 shots and then the theme song goes. So it's like, oh shit, did he kill Alan? But no, he didn't, because he basically shot towards the ground near his head, but not at Alan directly. So, I thought you weren't afraid to die, huh? See, Alan, now you know. If I wanted you dead, you be dead. And then from there, he makes him get off the ground. And then it's just funny because you see how disgusting and nasty Kyle is, but at the same time, you kind of like the character because it makes it interesting. He's like, yo, man, I gotta admit, you got guts. The fact that you took the wheel and did that stunt and you blew up that bitch's car, because remember, that was Lily's car that blew up. And from there, he's just like, hey, man, you sure you don't get down? Because I think you're kind of cute. Dude, I ain't gay, man. Just no. And then, it's kind of a back and forth from there. But in any case, it gets to the point where they have to walk to Donald's. And he's like, following behind you, fine ass. And then Alan's like, ugh. So he just hates how twisted and disturbing that Kyle is, as well as, everybody else. So what, do you get off on killing? What's up with that? Hey, tell me, did you kill Ellie? I don't know what you're talking about. That was a stray bullet, man. But of course, Alan knows that's all BS. But regardless, there's nothing he could really do aside from going to, Donald's house with Kyle. Matter of fact, I might as well just go right to that. So eventually, Limpin' Alan makes his way to Donald's house, and Kyle gets Donald to to come downstairs to talk. And while, Kyle wants to stay with Donald while they talk with Alan, just in case he tries something, he tells him because, oh, sir, he thinks he's trying to kill you. And he grabbed the wheel of the car and it blew up. Hence why I look the way I do. And he looks roughed up himself because he was camping. But in any case, Kyle steps away and Donald's like, owe me a car, right? And then before Alan can really get into it, sir, you tried to kill me. Donald has a file folder with all the photos and everything showcasing that Agent Grip and Ellie were having an affair, hence why Ellie got killed, and then he tried to come back and kill you as well. And then he eventually took his own life. And you're just looking at how smug and, just slimy Donald is. And I think it's because of the fact that Alan was so distraught that, he bought it. And I'm just thinking, if you listen to Donald, the tone, look at the body language, the dude's clearly lying, which goes hand in hand for when, after Alan's gone, Kyle's like, wait, did he buy it? Hook, line, and sinker. It's like, oh, what a moron. But in any case, Alan bought it and, he apologizes. Look, I love you, man. He's like, do you love me? Yes, sir. And hey, Alan, I want you to go home, get cleaned up, get some rest, because I want to see you first thing in the morning. Okay. Because now Alan's like, okay, well, he didn't try to kill me. So the detail takes him home because remember, the car blew up. So, and then it wasn't like Alan had his car because he was camping. So Alan is taken home by, government escort. So from there, Kyle misses, Donald, but he's like, what about the pharmacy boy? Do you miss him? Be very careful what you say next, Kyle. Pretty much saying that if Kyle says that he misses Dale, Donald will go kill him or send somebody to really kill him this time. So in the midst of, their conversation, he's like, well, you want me to kill Alan? No. You look at him, that fine ass. It's like, I want to play around with him a bit more. So for now, Alan's safe, but I don't think he's fully buying the whole situation. That's just my thought. So in the midst of these two getting all touchy-feely, not Donald, Lily comes in and, she's disgusted about what she sees. Not just the whole these two men getting it on, but the fact that Kyle is in the house and she wants Kyle gone. And, it's kind of interesting how Donald doesn't want Kyle to stray away, but at the same time, Lily has to stay there. So it's like these two can never really be together because of Lily. I don't know. It's just kind of weird if you ask me. But in any case, Kyle's sent away, and I think as he's walking away, Lily throws her shoes at him. And I guess this episode explains her weird behavior in the previous episode, because after Alan, gets mad at seeing the photos, he tosses them on the ground, and Donald's like, hey, can you pick those up? My wife been walking around the house with painkillers and everything, and, if she sees that, she's going to lose it. So I guess that her irrational behavior in the last episode towards Victoria was due to her taking those pain pills, which the doctor did say were highly addictive. But in any case, she wants to go to the hospital because she's in a lot of pain right now. And, Donald's like, you can't do that because there's going to be a lot of questions and, press and whatnot. And the doctor's going to be here in the morning. So he pretty much just sends her away and she goes upstairs. So from there, we go over to the White House. Hunter wants to go for another ride, and Alonzo's his guy because Alonzo pretty much says that, hey, I didn't snitch. I got a contact down at the precinct who was able to, scrub the police report of the one officer and that Charmaine, character. But Hunter's like, ooh, well, see, you did good. But the thing is, Victoria's father compromised the precinct, the Metro precinct. And as a result, the stuff that you covered up and got scrubbed actually got exposed. No, well, not to the public, but basically because Victoria's father compromised the Metro precinct, that's how Donald and Victoria know about our little ride together. But I know you're loyal. So from there, Hunter wants to get some more blow from the same guy, go out, find another woman, do his thing, and Alonzo is there for the ride. All right, so from there, we go over to the pharmacy. This is one of those, Sharon, you got to be kidding me. So Sharon, who doesn't pay rent at Kareem's apartment, Sharon is telling, all right, so Dale calls Sharon. Because remember, in the last episode, he's like, I should call Sharon. I know she's worried. But then Kareem's like, oh, well, let me call first real quick. And then, Dale is following up on that call. And basically, Sharon is telling him about the whole vice president situation and how everything is back to normal. You don't have to worry about being on your phone. And he's like, well, the thing is, me and Alan were in the woods, trying to stay off the radar. But then that one agent, Kyle, showed up and then took him away to go see the chief of staff. So I don't know what happened to him. So basically, he's like, look, I know you say everything's okay, but I'm not sure, man. I mean, I'm not sure, Sharon. I'm not sure. But then she's like, so where are you staying tonight? Well, I don't know. Kareem, he's here at the pharmacy with me, but I don't know if I could stay there. It's like, what do you mean? Well, he's in a mood. And I'm thinking like, well, I don't think he would be in a mood at Dale. If anything, it'll probably be Sharon because, she's over at Barry's parents' house and whatnot. But I don't know. So then she calls Kareem, who's like staring intensely at Dale. Hi. And then, Sharon is like telling him to let Dale stay at the apartment. And again, this woman has the audacity to call Kareem to make him have Dale stay over at the apartment like she running shit. You're literally sleeping in the bed of your boyfriend number 2. I don't know what Sharon's doing. The bed hopping is ridiculous. But the fact that she is barking orders like, let that boy stay at your house. It's like, you don't pay rent, Sharon. What the hell are you talking about? So in any case, there's a lot of phone tag and then other hi. And then I did admit when Dale was on the phone again with Sharon and Kareem was like, throwing those little pouches at his head. That I did laugh at that. That was pretty funny. So in any case, Dale asked about, Kareem's place. He's like, hey, you got a key, right? Well, just go on ahead. I'll be right behind you because, the pharmacy hasn't been open in 2 days and we got to make this money. So, Dale leaves and he's kind of worried. He's like, he's scared to go by himself. And I can understand that. I do like that character moment because this shit is real. I mean, this is like high security government shit that's twisted, and you don't know if it's over because, like he said, he was in the woods. Kyle just showed up out of nowhere and took Alan away, even pulled out a gun. So he's obviously scared for the right reason. Keep in mind, if Kyle had told Donald that he missed Dale, there would be a good chance Dale wouldn't make it through the night. So yeah. All right. Now let's talk about Jason. He's getting David to go into the kitchen and get him some food and drink, or actually he's like, hey, I'm in a lot of pain. So he gets another pill and he puts it in his mouth. So when he asks David to go into the kitchen to make him a drink, he slips the pill out of his mouth because he must have hit it just in his tongue or something, under his tongue or something. And David mistakenly puts his coffee cup down next, near the TV. So Jason gets out of the bed, opens the pill, lets the powder get into the coffee, then he like stirs it with his finger, and then while David's in the kitchen, he's like buttering him up. Hey, thanks so much for taking care of me. It's like, you're doing so much, and the cooking's so good. He's like, hey, yeah, don't try to butter me up, kid. So then eventually after he comes back in to sit down, they kind of talk for a bit. Jason's trying to be super sympathetic. My parents are awful, and oh wow, and it's like my sister, she got sent away, and this is the line that had me going, what the fuck? I haven't seen her in months. What? Months. Ain't no way in hell it's been months. For us, it's been months. For the show, it's only been a week or so. But you know what? He's making up a sob story. Excuse me. He's making up a sob story, so I'm not going to hold that against it. I'm not going to hold that against the episode. But then it gets to the point where he's like, look, man, okay, I'm not a therapist, but there has to be other ways, because he does ask, like, why'd you jump, son? That kind of stuff. And then he wants to watch the TV, but then, he makes the point, like, I don't know if you want to see this, but it's the funeral. And it's like, the news report says, due to the first son's, exposed actions, murder and whatnot, they're protesting everything. And despite that, the funeral procession goes on. And then he's kind of, like, wait, what? So just like that, everybody thinks I'm dead. Nobody cares. Like, well, that's the way the world works, kid. 1 minute you're dead, then the next thing in the world kind of mentions it. Next thing you know, they're on to the next trending topic. That's the world. That's literally the world we live in nowadays. But yeah, to pick things up the next morning, because before we switch the scene, Jason's like, well, I'm going to get out of here. It's like, well, two problems with that. One, kid, you don't know where you are. Minor inconvenience. And the second part is you got to get through me. Yeah, that won't be a problem. So then, you see David, sipping in his coffee and whatnot. Then the next morning, David is, still talking with Jason, and he's starting to like, get a bit, tired, like, sluggish. The way he was moving, it's kind of like, oh, like he was about to fall out. But then the pill starts getting to him. It's like, wait, what did you do, kid? And then Jason's just gleefully, laughing as David passes out. All right, so a couple other things to talk about. The next morning, we're over at Richard and Nancy's. There's still no Barry. Sharon comes in. She's worried too, but they try to convince her, look, just eat some food. And between Nancy and Sharon, they discuss whether or not he went back to the cult. And they're like, no, he wouldn't do that. I know when he's angry, he does stupid stuff, but not that. And from there, Sharon's like, you know what? I think it's best that I go back to Kareem's because of everything going on, and maybe Barry hasn't come back because I'm here. And she decides to go. And Nancy's like, well, I don't think that's it, but Sharon, do whatever you think is best. So Sharon decides to go back to Kareem's. And before going, Nancy does bring up the fact that, look, I know you're, bitch, you were bitchtopia. You can bring down this, Hunter if you wanted to. And look, I'm not trying to pressure you. I just want you to know that I think you can do it. And well, maybe you should think about it. Also, we go over to Richard, who said he was calling Sam, and he's telling him about the Barry thing and the fact that they still haven't heard anything. So Sam and Priscilla are both getting ready to go to work. And oh my gosh, for once, we got a Sam and Priscilla scene that was short and sweet. I think that's what helped this scene, because if it was longer, you could argue Priscilla would just, be treating Sam the way she always does. But no, they have a brief conversation about the Barry thing. They do bring up the Rakadushis and, the fact that, well, it's a new day. It's time to get back to business. I got a position to play. You have one too. And she actually cooked and packed him some breakfast, which was pretty sweet. And I don't want to get too excited because this was a good scene, but it's like, and I bet in the next episode she's going to have an attitude with him. But no. She did fix him some breakfast. And he's like, I love you. It's like, Sam, don't you start. Well, I love you. So they both go to work. This was a good scene. But like I said, I just hate that I know within the next episode or two is going to be right back to where it is, where, Sam, this is all your fault. So final scene to talk about Eli and Simone. Eli's ready to go to the White House. Simone isn't dressed. Well, hell, she's looking good in that nightgown. She doesn't want to go apologize, but Eli says, look, we were wrong. We got to go make amends. And she doesn't want to go because she know the first lady's going to talk some shit. It's like, look, if she says something, I will say something. Reminds me of Zach and Fatima in a way, like, I ain't going to Karen because she says one thing. Fatima, I promise you, if she says one thing out of line, I will check her. That kind of thing. So she does agree to go upstairs to get ready. Max and Bobby come in. Eli says, hey, I want to keep you two around. It's a brand new day. We're going to keep moving forward. And, if we go into the White House, everything going to be cool? Yeah. Max, if you see Kyle? Yes, sir. So then Eli goes upstairs to, try to get his wife to get ready faster. And then as soon as he gets out of listening range, he really thinks we're idiots, huh? No, he thinks you're an idiot. Come on, man. We ain't buying this shit. But we need to come up with some, solid evidence to bring this guy down. Because, Eli's like, hey, there's nothing we can do. The evidence shows that, the president didn't do anything wrong. So let's just go back to work. So pretty much they agree to work together in order to bring down the administration. And that's the episode. Pretty good stuff. Way better than Sisters. No doubt about that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. And I'll catch you in the next one.